Good morning, everybody. What is going on? I am so happy I am doing this podcast today because, first of all, hopefully everything is going good for it. Maybe I have to turn the volume up a little bit more so you guys can actually hear what I'm fucking saying, because it's the 50th episode of the Morning Glory Podcast. Oh, yeah. 50 episodes in, ladies and gentlemen. I think we should have had this, hit this milestone a long time ago. I really do. The goal was to try and just do this every morning. But frankly, I sometimes don't put the effort into doing these. I really should. That is why today I'm actually live streaming this, and it's free. That's right. This episode is free. Oh, yeah. You guys don't have to pay for this episode on Patreon. All those awesome people that are helping me afford to do this stuff, especially those four, because fuck, it's hard. I definitely want to give shout outs to all my Patreon members. I'm going to go through my list after. But these guys are my producers, right? Like, these are the ones that are helping me afford to do this stuff. I'm going to go through all my Patreon members, so I give all the shout-outs to everybody out there. Let's go through them all, shall we? So, first of all, big shout-out to Indigo Crystal, my longest supporter. Indigo, thank you so much. And I know you're watching live, too. It's good that I get to do these Morning Glory podcasts again. We'll talk more, but I'll keep going through the list here. My boy Rayshawn. A fucking second year of football together, brah. A second year of football together. And this is awesome, man. All we fucking have done for the past couple of years is just talk comedy and talk football and have a good time. Man, I fucking love this, man. Ray's been one of my biggest boys. He's been like a brother to me here on Patreon, man. Yeah, he's busting his ass working two jobs, right? You know, he's helping me have the time, or being able to afford to do this, and I really appreciate Ray for fucking all the stuff that he does for all of us here. Let's go through another name here, Urban Heretic. Y'all gotta give a shout out to my boy Urban. I know he's been busy like me. We keep moving. It's like me and Urban kind of have similar lifestyles where we gotta move in order to work. So he had to move. He had to move to Texas. I think he's moved back to Tennessee for work wise. I'm not sure, but hopefully everything's all as well with my boys out with the Unfancy the podcast. Go check it out on Patreon, everybody. If you're not a supporter of them on Patreon, make sure you go check them out, because I want to try and help them. You know, they just know I'm just there to try and be a good friend of them, and that's kind of my thing here with all this Patreon fam. I'm trying to be a good friend to you guys. You guys are helping me support what I do. Let's continue on with the names here. Mr. JoeCronin, what's going on, Joe? Hey, my apologies for not being able to tune into stuff lately, but I've been busting my ass helping out with JB. With the Sports Radio Network, you know, now that football season's over, I finally have time to do my stand-up comedy again, and then I want to be able to check out your podcasts and fall asleep to them. Honestly, sometimes you guys go for so long, it's so hard for me just to stay awake at like that early in the morning. Holy fuck. I don't know how those guys do it, but I'm on the East Coast now, so when I was on the West Coast watching them, I could be able to do it because I was up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Now I'm on the East Coast, and they fucking go all night. I don't know what's been going on over there with the Corrupted and what's been going on with Monetize This and wrestling. I've just been out of the loop for quite some time, so it's nice that hopefully I'll be able to get a chance to catch up and see what's been going on. I do know that he's been a big Patriots fan. Fuck. The fucking Patriots won again. 3 years. Fucks. I'm still wearing my Jets hat. He was on the fucking Taste the Strain. Make sure you guys go check out those as well. Season 2 has been awesome of Taste the Strain. We put a lot of effort into those episodes. Make sure you go check out Season 2 of Taste the Strain as well. But he on one of the seasons he wanted to knock this Jets hat off of me. I said, hey, why don't you come down here to Canada, Joe, and I'll fucking smoke you up so high that I'm going to make you wear this fucking hat. Hopefully everything's all as well with him. Let's go through and shout out to JBSportsRadio as well. Hopefully he's actually watched the shit that I've done for him this year. You know? I understand that, like, I don't fucking like doing like swearing and shit like that. I can, but it's about building your audience, right? My audience is about trust and knowing who I am as an individual, right? I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be like angry and yelling at people and be like, hey, you just go, you fucking cuck, get out of here, you fucking little poop. It's one thing why I enjoy what they do is because it's not necessarily something I want to tell. I know it's funny. That's why I like and enjoy what they do. But sometimes I like just being me as well and trying to find the funniness of who I am, of the funny side, right? Well, let's go with some other names here. We've got Derailed. We've got the Gatekeeper, Drew. What's up, Drew? He's been fucking working his ass off, man. This guy has been the biggest supporter so far of all the boys, man. Like, Gatekeeper goes to all the channels and just donates and does his show as well. Hell, like, Skypes with a bunch of people. That's, for me, hard to deal with because I can't deal with all the fucking stupidity of everybody at once. So I've dealt with like a bunch of streams and everything like that. If people remember on Periscope, like years ago, we tried doing a Periscope Super Bowl party together. And fuck it was like everybody was on the line at once, and it was just me and Zach in an argument about something stupid. Oh my god. It's like, it's so hard for people to, it's hard for me to be around people. Sometimes, you know, people will sometimes like point at me as the runt of a group or something like that. And then that's where I have to back up into a corner. I'm like, fuck it, I have to defend myself. Like, hey, what the fuck you guys doing, you fucking assholes, man? Back off. Kind of thing. So, I don't know. It's just with me dealing with like a bunch of people at once, I kind of feel like an outcast. So I like doing these things by myself, right? So. What are the names? By the way, the chat here. Oh my god! Shout out to TSS who's in here. We've got Indigo, my Patreon member, and TSS. Yo, shout out to TSS, man. Definitely better graphics than me. I've talked with TSS secretly. It was like, hey, I went to fucking school for broadcasting. And this is something that I've wanted to learn how to get good at. And then there's something like TSS that comes by. He's just so much better at it. And it's like, fuck. Did I waste all that money going to school when people can just learn from it at home and they're just so much better at it now in technology? Is that how technology is going? It's developed so fast. Something that you learn in school can be obsolete in 20 to 25 years. It's crazy, right? But shout out to TSS, man. Thank you so much for dropping in here. I want to keep going through the list here. I've got to speed it up here. Brian Sheridan, shout out to my boy Brian Sheridan, my website designer. Hopefully everything is all as well with you, Brian. I know he's a big Patriots fan too. Shout out to him. He's been my longest supporter. My Periscope days. Well, by the way, we're Periscoping this as well. I'm live on Periscope. Nigel James, there was like a group of us that came up from JD from New York's channel after he fucking treated us like shit. First, it was fucking JD treating Johnny Ray Sinister like shit. And I was like, yo, Johnny, that was not right what he did. If you don't feel comfortable what he did, come over with me. And I've got a Patreon thing. I've got stand-up comedy if you want. I just recently started it, and fucking he jumped on board. Then who else? It was me and Ray. Fucking, and Nigel. Oh, and Nigel left too. Nigel left. He joined my Patreon after. And then it was my boy Rayshawn and myself. We left JD after he treated us like shit. In this fucking Discord chat, he like went on his YouTube channel and talked about how these two guys were benched and shit like that. Fuck that guy, man. JD from New York is a fucking self-righteous prick who only cares, but he wants to treat people like shit. Like, this is why his fucking Patreon thing is failing. Good for people that are signing up for him on Patreon, but you learn the hard way, like we did, that he's not a good person. So shout out to all of them who came from JD's channel, and then we all went over and started watching more JoeCronin and that. So it's it all comes full circle, right? Next person on the list here, we got Kate. Hey, Kate, Caitlin Drummond Photography. She's been taking the photos, everything behind the scenes. She's been filming some sets. So thank you so much, Kate, for all she does. She's doing painting now. She's selling paintings. So it's pretty crazy how you can look up the information on just having a couple of pieces of like paint in a bucket, drop it on a piece of thing. You could sell it for $50, whatever it turns out to look like. It's I gotta get on this fucking painting thing. Maybe I need to make some $100 off of me dropping fucking things. I don't know. It's like I've worked so hard on just trying to speak my mind, and I barely get paid for doing that on stage. But you can just fucking flip over a cup with a bunch of colors and paint, put it on a plaque, and then sell it for $50, and people will buy it. It's crazy, man. You gotta love capitalism. I love it. Kate's a great painter. I love her paintings, though. It is crazy, and they're great. I absolutely love them. So shout out to Kate. She's doing a great job. RayRoc and Dayton J. Yo, I gotta give a shout out to those two as well on Twitter, who fucking do Twitter karaoke, Twitter choir. RayRoc's been hustling, you know, and shout out to RayRoc for that special video that he did for his for Heather. If he's watching, that was awesome, man. What you did. It's good to know that people like you out there care. Same with Dayton J. I know he's a great guy. He goes around and makes the world a better place with Twitter karaoke. They're always talkative on that one. I'm always reading it, but none of it's for me. Where's my name being mentioned? If I'm gonna favorite stuff, my name is gonna be. I'm tagged in it, but I was like, "Where's the shoutouts and everything like that?" I've got to limit my likes now. I'm starting to, and then sometimes I'm tagged so much in things, I miss messages, and then people are like, "Why the fuck didn't you tweet me back or anything?" I was like, "Oh fuck, but shout out to those two. I love those two, man. They're doing a great job. We'll definitely do another podcast together. You guys can go check out the interview that we had of RayRoc and Dayton J on the Morning Glory podcast. You guys go check it out. Twitter karaoke was the name of the episode. It was a lot of fun. JP Baker and FoulMouthBobbit, those two I've got to give special shout outs to, because those guys have held the fort down on the sideline study. I really don't think that without JP and Bobbit, that the sideline study would not be successful or wouldn't be where it is today. And that is why I'm very humble that just whatever we've done together this year in football, I'm very happy that just we had a spot, that all we had, a safe spot that we could all just go to and just talk football. Straight football the entire show. That's all we did. I fucking loved it each and every week. All we did was just talk football, man. And that's how my usually brain goes. I know I'm a stand-up comedian, but sometimes where's here, right here, right here. This runs in my blood, people. This sport, it flows through me today. And then also a shout out to Brian Himmelfarb as well. I know he's on vacation right now. He's been doing a great job with his wrestling league that's going on with everybody right now. So I'm really wondering if maybe at some point there's going to be another Royal Rumble, and then maybe, possibly, Brian, maybe Coop the comedian might make an appearance. I'm sorry, there's like a fucking cat litter box outside, a mechanical cat litter box outside that's like making this extremely loud noise. It's like the cats, whenever they hear this fucking thing go off, they'll run to the thing just to watch it move. And it makes me just turn my head and makes me want to know what the fuck that noise is too. It's this machine. I think it was like a couple $100. It's a mechanical cat pooper machine. So you put all the cat litter at the bottom, and then the mechanical thing every hour will scoop up all the cat poo and put this little bucket, and then it'll keep it nice and clean. So that definitely helps with the smell of the cat litter. So yeah, that's all the shout outs I can give right now. Well, I have a question, Coop. Do you only have one Jets hat? Yes, I only have one Jets hat. I have a Seattle Seahawks hat somewhere, but I don't know where it is. And this one looks like it's been flattened, right? It looks like it's been flattened. I didn't realize I'm looking in the wrong video camera. I'm looking at I'm live on two different things. I'm live on YouTube and I'm live on Periscope right now. So you can watch me on Twitter and on YouTube right now today at the same time. But yes, it does look like this thing has been flattened. And wow, all the shout outs I've been giving on this fucking podcast, this is how long usually my podcasts are. I'm not doing a 18-minute podcast of Patreon shoutouts. That's not what this podcast episode was about. It's about this brand new football league that I tuned into this weekend. It's called the Alliance of American Football. I didn't know about it, and then I looked into the sidelines site chat, and everybody's chatting away about this football league. I didn't know what it was, and then randomly I start seeing this thing on CBS, Alliance of American Football. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? So I've looked into this, and so this is what the Alliance of American Football is. It's a brand new league that they came out with, and it's totally different rules compared to the NFL. It's not too different, but I will go through the rules of the sport. Let me start off with there's only 8 teams in this league. So this reminds me of like the CFL, right? This is the American version of a CFL. So you Americans can stop taking our Canadian talent. You guys want to stay in America. You guys want to go play there. Here are the 8 teams that they have. The Arizona Hotshots, the Atlanta Legends, the Birmingham Iron, the Memphis Express, Orlando Apollos, Salt Lake Stallions, San Antonio Commanders, and the San Diego Fleet. Those are the 8 teams in the Alliance of American Football. Let me find out what are the rules about this sport. I was just talking with my father actually yesterday, and he was saying that, oh, this looks pretty cool actually. Let me see if I can bring up the rules about it here. Come on, you piece of shit computer. There was another thing I also sorry, I didn't realize I have 2 different cameras going on. I'm doing this back and forth. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. I am all over the place sometimes with this fucking podcast. Fuck off, anybody who doesn't like it. I enjoy being weird. Okay. So the game in the American Alliance of American Football League game starts without kickoffs. So there is no kickoffs in this league. All right. Very important. It starts at the 25. They do a coin flip, and whoever gets the ball starts at their 25-yard line. There's a shorter play clock. So in the NFL, there's a play clock that you usually get about 40 seconds to decide on a play. This has 35 seconds. So it's 5 seconds shorter for you to make a decision what you want to play on the field. There are no TV timeouts. There are no television timeouts during games and fewer commercials to reduce overall game time to roughly 150 minutes instead of 180 minutes in the NFL. No TV. Okay. Onside kicks are not a part of the alliance, and instead, onside conversions will be a new addition. If a team is trailing by 17 points or more inside of 5 minutes remaining in the game. So this is a rule with 5 minutes left in the game if a team is trailing by 17 points. This is a fucking handicap that they're putting in this now. So if a team is trailing by 17 points or more inside of 5 minutes remaining, I'm getting a message from Sarah. What's up, Sarah? Sarah's a fellow supporter as well from the Sideline Study. I'm just talking about the football league right now. Okay, so the third time, if a team is trailing by 17 points or more instead of 5 minutes remaining in a game, they must convert a 4th and 12 from their 28 in order to keep the ball. So instead of an onside kick, a 4th and 12 from their 28-yard line in order to keep the ball. More on the wow. So if they convert the ball on a 4th and 12. So when you get a touchdown, or no, sorry, for an onside kick, they on their 28-yard line. This is gonna be fucking confusing for a lot of people. You have to get at least 12 yards or more to get to keep the ball. AFF had an interesting first couple of games. Thank you, Tattoo Mistress. Goonie 20, hey Goonie 20. Oh my God, everybody's coming. Welcome to the Morning Glory Podcast. This is where I get to be weird. Yeah, this is what I do for my Morning Glory. I just come on here and just be weird. So I've got Indigo and TSS watching from my YouTube channel. I've got Goonie, the Sideline Study fellow fam on Patreon, as well as other people. I think other people are watching for Patreon. So it's not for Patreon, Periscope. I'm all over the goddamn place. I need to fucking smoke a bowl. All right, let me calm down more. I'm talking about this. We're talking about football. Maybe that's why I'm so excited. When I thought, now it's like it's just something just to watch whenever you're bored, kind of thing, right? Finally got Wendy down in time to catch one of these episodes. Well, hey, my apologies, Wendy, if I wake her up for yelling like an idiot. I was just mentioning, I was just giving you guys a shout out for all you guys. Once again, I said that you guys are the ones that have made the Sideline Study what it is today, and I'm so happy that we have a place that we can all just talk football, right? I'm just going through the rules of this Alliance of American Football thing. She is out cool. Oh, thank God. Now, here's the big thing that me and my dad talked about, because my dad is a defensive player. There is a limited pass rush on defense. No more than 5 players may rush a passing play. So, you can't bring safety and corners to blitz anymore, basically. So, that's kind of what they want to do, is just have the lineman blitz, right? Or a linebacker or something like that. So that's basically what's going on with that, is they want to try and probably have more passing opportunities, right? That's what my father was thinking. On defense, no more than 5 players may rush on passing plays. No defensive players may rush from a position of more than 2 yards outside the widest offensive lineman and more than 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. The exceptions, did you go over the no kickoff and have it to go? Yes, I was, oh my God, I was like confused. My mouth was confused just talking about it. Because it's like, it's a handicap, basically, when I was going on about with my father, of just, they're giving all these different rules, and it's weird. The 28, why don't you do it from the 25 or something like that, right? It's like, why the 28-yard line? It's weird. But yeah, I went over that rule. And here is the last one that I haven't gone over yet. There is a sky judge. Okay. The AAF will have a 9th member of the officiating crew called a sky judge who will be in the press box and can instantly correct obvious and fucking things, the Saints play that happened. I think the 2019 NFC Championship game. Yeah, I just read that. The Sky Judge will use real-time technology to correct clear errors involving player safety anytime during a game and player interference, inside of 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So, within 5 minutes left of the game, there's a Sky Judge that has the power to overrule any of the rules, any of the things that happen on the field. So that is basically what is happening in this. That is going to be major. What's going on with this? But yeah, isn't that just a damn booth review, guys? You might as well make the fucking commentators the 9th Sky Judge, right? I don't know. But okay, so there were a couple. I don't know if you guys want to talk about the games that happened this weekend on my Morning Glory podcast. I kind of just wanted to come on here and explain to you about this football league that just started up. I did watch some of the games at this point, yeah. Yeah. My God. Hold on. Where's my stand-up comedy thing is kicking in. Okay, I got to stay professional. Come on, where's the book? Where's the book? Here we go. I gotta stay professional. Okay. This is what you call a professional comedian, people. That's right. I'm doing work in the middle of my podcast. I don't give a fuck. I'm writing down Sky Judge commentator. There. I'm just writing quick little notes so I remember what to talk about and turn it into a joke. By the way, I have been writing some new jokes that since... I don't know, should I like give you guys a sample of what I do for free as well? This is the 50th episode of the Morning Glory podcast, so it's to celebrate all of you guys for just supporting me, right? Okay, so let's go to my stand-up writing group. If this fucking stupid computer goes fast enough. I think Goonie was right from the very beginning of the season. Is I need one of these like fans to help cool my computer down. I don't see why not. I don't see why not either. Okay, so this is what I do secretly behind doors. Is I'm in a writing group with other comedians, right? So I like talking with other comedians. We like brainstorming. And for $10 a month, this is a feature on my Patreon where you guys can be part of this writing group. I'm in with other local comedians. Oh my God, excuse me. Ugh, God, ew. I could taste my own breakfast. It was eggs and pea soup. My God, I'm weird. Yeah, that's right. I said pea. Yeah, fucking toilet fans. Pea soup is fucking delicious. Not by itself. Okay, there's ham. We add pea soup and ham together, and then we put pepper in it. It's really good. I don't give a fuck. That's great. Okay, where's my writing group here? Let me just. This is one of the recent jokes that I have written down that I want to go on stage and talk about it. When I usually with my joke forms, I like going to weird news articles and turning those into jokes, because it's like you're talking about a true story that happened and then trying to turn a joke into it. Pea soup reminds me of Wendy's poop. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm talking on Periscope right now with Goonie, and I've got. Okay, wait. How do you? Okay, I've got TSS and Indigo in YouTube right now, and Goonie on Periscope. Okay, so TSS writes, "How did you become a Jets fan, Coop?" I became a Jets fan when it was. I think it was the Carolina and Panthers game, or no, sorry. I'm so stupid. It was the Super Bowl game with the Patriots and the Panthers, where I watched it and I already knew right away. I didn't know anything about NFL or anything like that, and I watched that and I knew right away I didn't like Tom Brady. There was some, and the Patriots. I did not like the Patriots. So when I moved to Ottawa, Ontario to attend college, I did not have a football team. And my mother, we're like a football house, right? So my mother was a Steelers and Colts fan. She was a big Peyton Manning fan. I don't give a fuck what she's doing right now because I haven't talked to her in years. I don't give a fuck either. Then we were watching some games, and then there was the draft came on. Oh, you know, I know how it happened. When I went to college, Brett Favre joined the Jets. Joshua Matthews. It's not Josh Matthews from Impact Wrestling, is it? Oh my god, the Josh Matthews is here watching 3 people on Periscope somewhere. Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, so it was when Brett Favre joined the Jets that I became a Jets fan. And then I didn't realize this. It was the Patriots were actually in the same division as the Jets. So that year, while I was cheering for the Jets, I really despised the New England Patriots. So I think it was like this. No, it's not. Just somebody with the same name. Cool your Jet. Oh my god. You guys are awesome. I'm just catching up with everybody's old things. So yeah, so it was when Brett Favre joined the team, and then I didn't realize the Patriots were in the same division. And my stepfather at that time was a Patriots fan as well. So it was like a family hatred. It was like, yeah, it was great. It was a family hatred of Jets versus Patriots kind of thing. Rex Ryan as well joined the team the year after. Mark Sanchez as well got drafted. So then I actually became a passionate Patriots fan, right? We had great team as well. We had a awesome running back. We went to the 2 AFC championship games, so it was a great time to be a Jets fan when I joined. Just they couldn't get over that hump because Mark Sanchez is a fucking dud. Butt fumble boy. That's right. Get you multi-streaming, Indigo says. So yeah, that's how I became a Jets fan. And to this day, now I just enjoy being a Jets fan because of the fact I love the color green. They have a really bad team, but one thing I've always liked about the Jets, defense usually in the draft. With the Jets, we've always been a defensive team as well. That is kind of why I still like being a Jets fan, is because no matter what, we always love a defensive good team. And the Jets always like a good defensive team, especially when Rex Ryan was around. We've drafted so many good Jets defensive players. So that's really reason why I enjoy being a Jets fan. Was that a Wayne's World reference? Wayne's World. I haven't seen that movie in forever now. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike for doing that. What did TSS here say in the chat room? Camera 3 is Coop left ear. Camera 4 is Coop. Camera 5 will let you say you have to be pretty interested to see this camera angle. It's called the mini Coop cam. It was less than 30 seconds. You're fine. All right. What else did TSS miss here? The rules are a little confusing. Yes, I'm just catching up with TSS comments in the YouTube live stream chat here. Yeah, he's mentioning about the Alliance of American Football League. They are different rules for sure, but same with the Canadian Football League rules, and they're stupid as well. The best QB in this league is Garrett Gilbert. You know what? I've got to say that when I saw some of the games this weekend, Trent Richardson, he's resurrected his career in that division, or in that league. Fucking, they have Christian Hackenberg. Freaking Hackenberg. Fucking Hackenberg is fucking, even in that league, he shows how terrible he is, right? That was absolute garbage from Christian Hackenberg. Even Nick Folk is a fucking kicker in that league, right? Was that Bobbit? Bobbit's not here. I don't think I've seen Bobbit yet. I wish Bobbit was here. If Bobbit's not, give a shout out to Bobbit. This is what I do for my Morning Glory podcast. All the replay viewers. Coop 2020. They built that wall. What? I'm in Canada. Okay, you know what? We're fucking building our wall of goddamn maple syrup and hockey pucks. That's what we're fucking... And beaver tails, right? You know, the beavers are known for building gigantic dams and walls. We're going to fucking have some beaver tails. They're going to slap that together, right? Because fucking maple syrup, beaver tails, and hockey pucks. That'll be our wall. All right. Yeah, one of the things that Dan noticed about the league, the Arizona Hotshots look like they look like the best team so far. Birmingham looked like really good too. I really like Trent Richardson, what he did with the running game, and the hits. You know, one thing I can say that I can enjoy watching something simple as this. If they have good football hits, I'm okay with watching it, right? Maple syrup, hockey pucks, and a lot of people say, sorry, hey, you can't come in. Oh no, we're always high too now, right? We always got to be high. We'll be everybody's just gonna be fucking blazed sitting there at the wall, and I'm like, you can't come in, but here, you can fucking take a tug of this and hit the road. Oh my god. That's terrible advice by me. Please do not take that advice. That's basically influencing people to be under the influence when driving. So yeah, bad joke. Bad joke. This is where my awkwardness goes into effect. See, that's the common thing for comedians when they want to try and do a transition into a next topic. Is that, have you noticed a lot of them? They'll fucking go for a drink of water whenever they're doing their sets or anything like that. All right. This has been fun this morning. This has been a great Morning Glory podcast episode. And we're way over the fucking time limit that we're supposed to be. This has been episode 50, and this is 40 minutes long, for fuck's sakes. At least you're not making dad jokes like Drew. Hey, well, no, I'm very proud of what everybody's doing over there on Saturday nights. I'm being a millennial and drinking a Starbucks. Speaking of, you know what? I'm going to mention this right now. Did anybody watch the fight on Saturday evening? Anderson Silva and whoever that fucking guy was? Wow. Wow. That was first time I'm tuning into UFC in a long fucking time. Wow. Oh my God, I'm so blown away. One thing I hate about Anderson Silva, though, is his fucking cockiness. He didn't take that fight seriously enough. I think he just wanted to show off in front of this young kid how to be a fucking dick. I think, good for them having fun out there, but like at the end of round one, the best part at the end of round one, did you see the guy who just stopped and just went? Oh man, that was great. It was a great fight, and they stood up the entire fucking fight. It was great. He doesn't take a piss seriously. Yeah, I mean, Anderson Silva signed a contract. I think he's going to be fighting for the next few years in the UFC, but don't expect him to be at his best. Now, he did have a I really think if Anderson Silva tried, he could have beaten that guy. I really think that he should have tried. But instead, they were fucking just doing all these little mocky things. And just fucking thinking they should go to... They're doing tryouts for the WWE. They're planning ahead. That's what Anderson Silva is doing in the UFC. Is he's working on his heel character for the WWE. When he goes over there. I think that's what's going to happen now. All these... I think that is the trend. All these UFC fighters are going over to wrestling, and they're trying to make a career out of that, right? But that's what happens with a lot. Ew. Yeah. 50th episode, and I almost fucking puked. My own breakfast up. How awkward. All right. What else can I mention? What's going on with me? So, I'm going to be hitting a few open mics. Going to try and get some stage time. I'm waiting to hear back from, most MMA fighters before they go to the... okay. One second. They go to smaller promotions. Yeah. No, that makes sense, right? So they practice, right? So, now, I do give credit to the wrestlers that go into MMA afterwards, like fucking Jack Swagger. Yeah. Jack Swagger fucking beasting out, man. He looks lean, too. Have you guys noticed when Jack Swagger was in WWE, how he looked bigger? He looked like he had a gut. Now that he's in MMA, this guy's leaned out, thinner at the stomach. This guy looks like he's fucking ready to fight now, man. So... props to him. Speaking of stand-up, I watched a few things on Netflix this weekend. If you guys want to check it out, I watched Gabriel Iglesias is a very clean comic. He does a lot of like impressions kind of thing. He's more for family-friendly wise, but in this Netflix episode, he went for more like cruder comedy, I think. He took it seriously. Victoria tried as well. Oh, really? Victoria? I did not know that. Victoria tried out in MMA as well. Oh, okay. But no, you got to give him credit for actually even trying to go and attempt to do that sport, right? Fucking, I knew a radio host in Ottawa, and he was a football player with my father, actually. And he had an MMA fight and got his ass kicked by this dude in like 30 seconds or something like that. So, yeah, her knee injuries held her back. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's really unfortunate when injuries happen like that. That's what happens sometimes with talent, though. They can be some of the most talented people in the world, and they're set back by injuries. It really sucks sometimes when that happens. Yeah, so yeah, you gotta give credit for anybody just take up the MMA sport. But back to the stand-up comedy. So Gabriel Iglesias, he went for more offensive comedy in this stand-up special. But I don't like storytelling. I don't like these fucking rich people that get Netflix shows or these famous people that get a Netflix special that's not a good special. It's a time, half of it was good. I think half of it was funny. But then there were times where Gabriel Iglesias is going off saying, oh, I just got to give a shout out to this. Oh, I just wanted to talk about this. Oh, I just want to give a mention to that. And he goes on for 2 minutes about telling a fucking story. And then the crowd just claps after. And then he'll fucking just start telling the actual joke. It pisses me off that these fucking people don't put effort into acts anymore. It's all based on views and money. Fuck's sakes, man. So yeah, Gabriel Iglesias was, I think, was funny in this Netflix special. I give it a 3 out of 5. I think it's watchable, but it's not one of my favorites that he's done. That's for sure. Then the other one I watched was Bumpin' Mics with Jeff Ross and Dave Attell. Wow, these two together. Now, see, I don't mind the storytelling because it shows where he gets the jokes from. That's the thing is when you're doing a stand-up set. See, this is when the podcasting thing comes in with my mind. Is when you want to tell stories like that, you save it for a podcast. You save it for building something like that. With stand-up comedy, it's a form, and it's like that. It's also a preference of what people like to listen to. I don't like sitting there 2.5, 3 minutes of somehow a joke being mediocre after a long storytelling thing, right? So that's kind of my issue with storytelling. I like the shorter things. This is one of my all-time favorite comedians. Jimmy Carr, ladies and gentlemen. I think this guy is the modern version of what a stand-up comedian is right now. A lot of people might not like him. A lot of people do. He's very offensive, like extremely offensive. You know, definitely saying that. But he shortens a lot of his jokes down, and the punchline is usually at the end of the joke or something like that, and sometimes they're really offensive, and he's intelligent too. He's very witty, right? Whenever somebody tries to heckle him at shows, he'll turn them down right away. So, I think when it comes to Michael McIntyre is another good British comedian. I got to look him up. There's a lot of British comedians out there that I'm unaware of right now. British comedy is still something I'm still learning. Like there's this Mrs. Brown's Boy, I think on Netflix. I think is a very popular show in BBC or in Europe or something like that. It's a very popular show, and it's like British comedy, right? My stepmother really enjoys that show. That's why I knew about it. So, I'm surprised that nobody's chatting in YouTube anymore. I think TSS and Indigo are just enjoying the YouTube chats now. There you go, Goonie. See, Mrs. Brown Boy. See, that's why it's like British comedy is still something that I'm still like Monty Python. I think that's also classic comedy as well. Yeah, I guess. I guess when it comes to Jimmy Carr's comedy, he's offensive. His jokes are very short. They're not very time consuming. sometimes he will go into a longer joke to explain it, and the punchline is very good at the end, right? So, thank you. Thank you very much, Goonie. I appreciate that. So that's just and then yeah. So so that's just my version of why I look at stand-up comedy right now. It needs. Thank you, bot on Periscope. And for all the YouTuber listeners or all the audio listeners out there, I'm being harassed by bots on this Periscope thing. I watched the Periscope people on there today, and they introduced themselves. They're like, "Hello, good morning. We just wanted to come on here and ask you guys what we should do to try and improve the app. How about you get rid of these fucking bots that have been on here since the fucking beginning, since the app opened, you dumbasses? How about you get rid of all the fucking porn on Periscope as well? The fucking pixel porn. Nobody wants to watch paraporn because it was all pixelated. It's fucking terrible. It's like, who the fuck wants to go watch live porn on Periscope when sound effects going? Come on! Just, there you go, Indigo. Minecraft porn. That's basically what it is. My mother-in-law watches Mrs. Brown's Boy too. Yes, Indigo. I'm pretty sure you must know about Mrs. Brown's Boy as well. This has probably been one of the funnest podcasts I've done in a while. 1980s laser light show. Ooh, nice. Yeah. Oh my god. Afro Bush. Oh my god. I was thank you so much for reminding me what I wanted to get. Another thing I wanted to get into with today's topic. I came across yesterday a guy on YouTube that I just subscribed to him. And I highly recommend all of you subscribe to him if you have nothing to do today. Go check out this guy. Are you sick and tired of spammers? Are you sick and tired of like spammers like taking money from people and then like scamming people? Yeah, I guess scammers. It's like it's like people that infect your computer and try and harass you, like you must send over 300 bitcoins kind of thing. So check this shit out. This guy I found. You can look him up. Where's his channel? Hopefully it's under the one I just recently subscribed. It was so epic. Where is it? Okay, so ScammerRevolts. ScammerRevolts. Go check him out on Twitter, on YouTube. So this guy will talk, live stream, and talk with you guys. I got an African prince wanting to send me money. Okay, so this guy will go live on YouTube, and he'll go through a phone call of pretending that he's being scammed. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It froze on me all of a sudden. Stupid website. So this guy will pretend, and once the scammers will try and ask to do like a I must connect to your computer kind of thing in order to do a transaction kind of thing. So they try and do this team viewer thing. So and what the scammer does not know is the guy is using a fake computer kind of thing. It's like it's a fake screen kind of thing. It's not a real computer. And so that's what he's using instead of using his real computer is a fake one, so that when the scammer thinks he's hacking into their computer, it's not its actual computer that they're hacked into. But the guy itself, he will have access to the actual scammer's computer. And what the guy will do is the guy will right away when it's connected is he'll go through the scammer's computer and he'll delete everything and he'll infect his computer with a virus itself. It is fucking golden because the scammer at the end, he doesn't realize it, that this guy is destroying the scammer's computer while he's like trying on the phone talking through with them kind of thing. And then after be like, hey scammer, hey, did you know why are you scamming people? and then the scammer the scammer will freak out and be like, "You fucking American! I'm gonna fuck your mother, and I'm a fucking Trump fan." It's like, it is the best fucking shit you will fucking hear, man. Oh my god. Kid Boga is really good with scammers, and he does different characters with the scam callers. Oh my god. But oh my god, these people right now are fucking really entertaining, because they're taking it to these fucking pieces of shit out there, right? These goddamn scammers, right? So you guys go check out ScammerRevolts if you're a YouTube fan. It's fucking golden shit. Oh my god, it's great stuff. But yeah, no, thank you so much for reminding me. I wanted to mention that. Okay, so here are the jokes that I've been recently starting to work on. Indigo, I know you've been seeing them behind the scenes, but I want to give people a line. While the cat was biting his face, he strangled the cat in self-defense and ended up killing it. I'm surprised that the jogger didn't have to use a weapon. But some people are angry that the jogger didn't sacrifice himself like a Heaven's Gate member. If the jogger is single, I'm sure his story will get him some cougars. Now, if you're an animal lover, Indigo, if you're watching Indigo, my apologies if that. I know, I've heard a lot of, I'm just reading it. I know you're an animal lover, and this was a mountain lion attacking a person, a jogger. The jogger turned around, and the cat lunged at his face while trying to eat him. So in self-defense, the jogger took his hands and was strangling the cat in self-defense and ended up killing the cat. It was a juvenile cat, though, but it was a fucking mountain lion trying to eat its face. It's lucky enough that its mother wasn't around, I think. I don't know how big the cat was, but holy fuck. Now, what I tried doing with this joke, what I'm trying to do with this joke, is explain to people that some people are mad at the jogger for killing the cat. I don't know in that situation what people would have done, but I'm trying to make a joke out of that similar situation. That what do you expect the jogger to do? Just sit there and let the cat eat his face? So that's kind of the joke. That is my process of what I'm writing right now with that joke. It might not be a very good joke for a lot of people right now, but that's what jokes are for. It's okay. I'm not triggered. Thank you, Indigo. I know you're an animal lover, and I know I'm an animal lover. That's why. That's why it's just. I think this was just an unfortunate incident, and I'm trying to. Animal attacks are happening, and what I'm trying to do is make jokes about animal attacks and putting them into joke form of explain to people that now animals are starting to get a little more aggressive now with people, because mountain lion attacks are not known to happen, but now the declining when it comes to survival rate, when it comes to endangered species and animals like that, you're kind of putting them into like, what do you expect them to do? Kind of live, kind of thing, right? So, but that's why that's kind of why I'm going to my jokes on YouTube, right? So thanks so much, Indigo. I think we can call this a podcast. We've gone over an hour on this Morning Glory podcast. We did this live today, and you know what? I think I'm going to do this for the next 10 episodes for free for you guys while it's around. This was absolutely fun. I'll get into some weird news tomorrow. But today, I'm so glad I finally had the chance for an hour to just thank everybody who's just been supporting this podcast, supporting me on Patreon. If you want to support me yourself and this podcast, patreon.com/Coop the Comedian. And I really appreciate everybody that had a great time here today. So from all of us here on YouTube and Periscope and on Patreon. And thank you so much, Indigo and Goonie and TSS and anybody else that came in to watch the show today live, and any replay viewers. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for making the show keep going. Peace out.